Let's address the most inefficient activity which is happening at your branch network right now. Cold calling. Cold calling is inefficient, low conversion rate. But on the other hand, warm calling is efficient. However, most of the time branch managers and the relationship managers, they close deals, shaking the hand with the customers and walking away without asking one thing that guarantees the future revenue: referral. If your team members close deals without asking referrals, literally they are throwing away the money. Welcome back to my Revenue Systems channel. I'm Dr.Kithsiri, Banking Leadership and Revenue Systems Architect. Today we are diagnosing why your branches are starving with quality leads, quality business leads, and how to fix that revenue leakage surrounded by referrals. The reality is your managers tend to close the deals thinking it as finishing line. But actually it's not. The closing deal is starting line for another 3 business leads. When they fail to ask referrals, they have to keep on hunting in the wild looking for the business instead of cultivating an ecosystem of business leads. Now, why does this happen? Because they are asking the wrong question in the wrong time. To understand why referral requests fail, we have to look at the psychology of timing and trust. First, let's look at the timing. We oftentimes ask referrals when the client is stressed. For example, during the application process or compiling endless documentation. Actually, at this time, they are focusing on their own survival rather than growing your business. Second, we must understand the trust transfer theory. This is a concept deeply rooted in the social network analysis. According to this theory, trust is not easily established from the scratch, but it is highly transferable across established trust relationships. I'll give an example. If the client A trusts your bank, and if the client B trusts A, the client B is having a baseline trust about your bank if he is introduced by client A. When your manager start cold calling for client B, they start building trust from the scratch, from the zero. But when they get a referral from client A, they start building trust from B with 60%. They have to manage the balance 40%. However, according to my own experience, many branch managers, many relationship officers fail to activate this transfer because of the lazy questions they ask. They typically ask, do you know anyone else who needs this loan? This question is very broad. And also it requires a lot of cognitive energy from the client because he has to scan his mental database. Therefore, we must make it specific and at the same time, we have to ask it at the right time. So the question is, how do we build a system of your salespeople generate natural warm leads? We implement the moment of delight and ask. We guide our teams to ask specific questions given by the script at the highest moment of delight in the customers. We guide our teams to exactly identify the peak moment of satisfaction of the clients, and we train them through the script to communicate effectively at that moment. Now look at the difference of these two scenarios. After a week time period of the loan clears, the manager calls the customer. Hi Mr. Customer, just checking in. By the way, Mr. Customer, do you know any friends who might need our services? This question is very vague and poorly timed. Most probably he will get a response like, I will let you know later. This is approach number 2. This is what we call the moment of delight. This is the exact moment the manager calls the customers when his funds have been transferred to his account. Mr. Customer, I am happy to let you know your funds have been transferred to your account. I know you need this quickly because you want to secure the inventory. I am glad we could deliver this speed for you. Who else in your supply network who is suffering from slow bank approvals and who need this kind of speed service? Do you see the architecture of that question? We ask at the peak moment of relief and satisfaction. We ask specific targeted questions related to the value we delivered just now. Therefore, as senior managers, you have to institutionalize this process in your branch network. It cannot be left to chance or by charisma. I'm going to share you the actionable steps for that. Work with your regional managers and identify exact moments where your customers get delighted or the peak moment of satisfaction. It may be the moment of approval or the moment of loan disbursement or maybe successful clearance of complex trade finance document. Document these touch points. Don't let your team to ask vague questions. Provide a script that they can follow at a moment when they deliver the exact value to exact persona. For example, if you delivered a fast SME loan, the script must ask other SMEs needing speed. You have to shift the operational expectation. For example, a closed deal without a referral is an incomplete file. Make it a standard. Closed deals should generate minimum of 3 targeted names. Make this a measurable KPI. This is the reality. If your branch managers, relationship managers are exhausted in cold calling, it is because they couldn't leverage the trust with their existing customers. You have to make them understand that their current portfolio is the most fertile ground for the future pipeline. If your branch network is struggling in qualified lead generation, please read the below information on our total branch transformation system. We install action-oriented, result-generated, rigid procedures that you will actually generate the revenue. Therefore, stop call in the dark. Start leveraging your trust you built already. I'll see you in the next video.